Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And today's movie I'm going to be discussing, I'm done. We're gonna get that slice, which is Tenet. Written and directed by Christopher Nolan, starring John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Elizabeth Debicki, and Kenneth Branagh. I mean, this is probably some of Christopher Nolan's finest work yet so far in 2020. It's so damn good. I mean, if you guys have never heard of Christopher Nolan, the director, start watching his films. They're just freaking amazing. Some of my favorite Nolan films are the Dark Knight trilogy, Inception, Insomnia, Interstellar, Dunkirk, and then this one. I would just say that they're mind-blowing movies, and he just has a certain pattern with his movies, and there's a certain style to his directing. And I just picture Christopher Nolan as like a chef, because he's taking so many ingredients to make this big recipe, you know. I feel like in his meetings, when he gives his pitch to make these stories, these really complicated stories, I literally picture him being like, okay, so we're gonna take the spaghetti sauce, and then we're gonna push it over here with the cranberries, and then we're gonna put the pepperonis on the bottom, and then all of that, and then have the pancake drizzle its way to the center, and have the omelet right where it needs to be. That's what I picture Christopher Nolan, you know, the way he explains everything, because you have to connect the dots to his storytelling. All his movies are like that. He does it like, okay, the beginning here, end here, middle, subplot over here, and it somehow all connects into a beautiful story. And that's what makes his style amazing and unique. So this whole movie is sort of like kind of like an espionage spy action thriller, but it also has to deal with time. It's sort of like watching Inception with Dark Knight Rises, and it's kind of like all together. Everything in this movie has to deal with time. Everything that happens in this movie happens in sort of reverse.
Let's see that in an instant replay.
And basically the time can't be intersect with. They basically can't meet. Visually, this movie does wonders for your eyes. It's like eye candy, you know? I kind of got Blade Runner vibes from this movie for some reason. It just kind of had that same sort of, I don't know what it was. It just had that same sort of feel, you know, with that look, you know, with the cinematography, how everything is just so intense. I mean, but you know, once again, though, that's part of Christopher Nolan. Another thing I really enjoyed in this movie was the score. Oh man, the score is amazing. For those of you that don't know, Hans Zimmer usually does most of Christopher Nolan's films, but in this one, it was actually Ludwig Göransson. He scored some other films like Black Panther and Creed, and it just matches so well with the screen and the acting, and the cast is so damn good. John David Washington, I was glued to his character the whole way through. It's just amazing. I love his little style. He's got that finesse, kind of sort of like a James Bond. And then Robert Pattinson, and you know, he's kind of like another agent, or you know, another spy, I guess you would say. And he's kind of helping John David Washington's character. They're kind of on this mission together once they meet up, and they're after the same goal. You know, I don't know, just something about Robert Pattinson. When I saw him in the suit, I don't know, I'm just seeing him and I'm looking at him, and I'm just thinking in my head, like,
I'm vengeance.
but yeah, I'm just still trying to process that. I still feel like Inception is way more complicated than this movie. I don't know. Maybe you guys might have a different opinion, but it had a perfect pace throughout the whole film. It didn't drag. It just was like boom, 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 boom. Let's go, let's go. Some of the action sequences in this movie, it's gonna blow your mind, because because for one, everything is happening in time, but it's happening in reverse. that's the whole, like sort of theme of the movie. Cool little fight scenes, a car chase. Crazy is that this is my first movie in 6 months going back to the theater, and it wasn't as packed. There was a few people because everything that's happened, but it was really nice to be back in the theater here to hear surround sound. And I do have one thing with this movie. There is one thing that did bug me, is that at times in the movie I felt like the music was a little bit more dominant than the dialogue. All the layering and editing, I don't know if that's what they were trying to go for, but there were times where I just couldn't hear exactly what they were saying. And there were some parts I was just like, it wasn't like that the entire film, but I would say there's some moments in there where I just couldn't tell what they were saying. But John David Washington, I could completely understand him because he's loud and clear, But some of the other characters too, like you can't. Sometimes I had trouble hearing what they were saying because I guess the music was just too intense. So I don't know. That's the only thing I have with this film. But other than that, I mean, it's an amazing movie. I highly suggest to go see this movie. You will not be disappointed. So yeah. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you guys next episode. So take it easy. Peace.